Can you guys hear me? That is not good. Can you guys hear me? This is a test. Sorry, guys. This is just a test. I'm struggling with the live. I'm struggling with YouTube. And so I would like to do a late night show with you guys where we go over stocks, but I'm really struggling. So that's why I did not give any kind of notification because I would like to do this with less people, so less embarrassment on my end. So let me go back again because you guys did not hear what I said and I'm talking by myself. So let's go back. Weekly chart on Amazon. This is a key level of support. As you can see, we have a double bottom. We have a possible Morningstar pattern. So we have two bias, bullish bias. We have a double bottom, and this actually was respected multiple times. So we are in the key level of support. This was a resistance, support, support, support. So that's a key support. And also we're respected with a 50 EMA. So those are kind of like a bullish bias, right? So we do have a higher conviction that hopefully Amazon will continue to go higher. However, we do have a bunch of hurdles right now. This 222 is just been a struggle for Amazon to break through. This happens to be the 100 EMA, and this is a strong resistance. So if we do break out of that resistance, we're going to test your 225. After breaking, another hurdle is this 225. This 225 happens to be aligned to half of this candle, 50 EMA, and if you move it to the 4 hours, that is also aligned with your 200 EMA. Do you see that? This is 225. So there will be a struggle on that 222. But if you see a breakout candle, if you see a breakout candle on the 222, it could test 225. Break out of that 225, we have this top resistance on the 228. However, if we clear the path on that 225, and then we have a candle, we have a candle that break out of this EMA, then that will be a bullish signal. It means there's no more hurdle, no more EMAs to be respected. Break out of this resistance could get us to that 225, 228. Break out of that 228, we have 230. Let me just give you guys a bigger resistance. Earnings is coming next week. Catalyst, it's a good catalyst for Amazon. Oh, I did draw my trend line in here because anything that breaks out of that trend line will give me a bullish bias. And anything that breaks out of this trend line, which is a strong resistance, this is a 225, will give me another conviction that it's going to continue to go higher. On the weekly chart, if Amazon breaks out of that 230, then we have 232, 235, all the way to the 238 to 242. That is the top resistance. But Amazon could push higher and give us a bigger resistance than that 242. Okay, let me just give you an exact one, 238. What level is this? 238.85. There you go. And this is 211.03. 211.03. Okay. So, and then this one is 161.38. Okay. So top resistance after 242 will be 249.74, which is rounded off as a psychological resistance of 250. Then you got 258 or 260, you round it off as a psychological resistance, 288, or you could start from 280 to 288 to 290. Those are the level of resistance. Those are psychological resistance. Psychological resistance is when you round it off to a whole numbers. Top resistance that we're seeing is about 309, 320, 336. Let's not get too excited yet because Amazon has been struggling to break out of that 222. If we can break out of that 222, 225, all these top resistance will never be reached. So let's make this a baby steps and start from daily chart. Daily chart. In order for you to help with your trading, use your 50, 100, and 200 EMAs. That will tell you the level of hurdles right here, right here. Once these surpasses, then you could be able to use your EMAs. Currently, right now, actually, I would like to see my EMAs first because these will serve as a support. Okay, so right now I do like what I'm seeing because we are respecting on the 8 EMA, breaking out of that 21 EMA. To confirm bullish, these EMAs needs to be aligned. Currently, they are not aligned. This is 21, 13, and 8. To confirm bullish, you want your 8 EMA cross over 21. Then you want your 13 to cross over 21. So once the 8, once the 8, 13, 21 are aligned, this is bullish. It means the bullish structure is confirmed because you want all those EMAs to be aligned. It's like confluence, right? All right, let me go back. Any kind of feedback on that? Support? Don't forget the support, right? Let's go ahead and clean that up. Support for Amazon, if we cannot surpass that 222, we are back to that 218, 219, 217, 216, which was respected before, and then that famous 214 and 212 to 11. That 214 lies on 5th, 200 EMA, I believe. Yep, right here. That's why I always tell you guys, we need to hold above 214. But we did have a breaking candle, not a breakout candle. We had a breaking candle, which retest at $211. Morning star pattern, break out of that pattern, confirm the bullish. But currently, we are just struggling. We have a possible reversal signal as well. Morning star pattern, double bottom, respecting the key support. So far, so good. Amazon looks good. Let's go with USAR. I did get out of my, I did a short video. I'm going to post it later. I did get out of my first position on USAR. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty novice on these type of things, so please bear with me, okay? I'm not an expert on this and I'm still struggling, asking for help. If someone could help me how to link, I'm trying my best. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really good on this. I'll get better, but I just need help. This is just a test. All right, let's go back. I cannot see your questions. If you do, I'm sorry, I cannot respond to you. Okay, next is the USAR. These are the top resistance that on my chart. But let's talk about USAR first. So USAR, I did have the buy signal on the 25, 26 levels on this candle. Why? Because it was respecting the support after a gap up. This will serve as a level of support. It did respect, and I did put it in the video that there was a resistance on that 29, 31 to 33. It struggled to reach that 33, so I cut it out on the 31. So I was in profit. Second, I re-enter that position again. Unfortunately, I am $1 down. I will reassess my chart and see where I could cut loss. At this moment, I'm not worried about, actually, I am worried because this could get to that $19, $20 level of support. And $20 is a critical level of support, which is aligned with the 50 EMA, aligned with the resistance before, becoming a key support. And if you look at the weekly, this was a breakout level. We had a breakout after $20, breakout, rally all the way to $44, and now retesting. We're currently facing maybe half of this candle. So if my support lies on the $23.37, $22.87, if we did break below that to at least $22.87, I'll have a stop loss at 22, cut my position and accept my loss. Re-enter that positions in about $20. I would like to see price action on that $20, $19 level of support before entering a position. It could actually extend to that 1855, 1812. Please note that just because it touches the $18, 1812, and then it wakes up, doesn't mean that we break down the support. If there's any kind of price actions of a rejection, it has to be a wick. Okay, I'm not going to enter a position when you reach to 18. I would like to be above 20 to enter my position. Why? Because I don't know where is the bottom. I would like to see a confirmation. I would like to enter a confirm $20. So we would like to remain above $20 if this 2287 doesn't reach or doesn't respect, excuse me. Once again, this is just a test. I'm working on my live because I would like to provide you guys a late night show where we go over the stocks. Once again, this $20 is very critical level using your 4-hour chart. Use your EMAs, 50, 100, and 200. This 200 EMA is always been a strong support or resistance. Whether the 200 EMAs is on the support or in the resistance, there will always price actions on those level, either to support or resistance, right? So right now, the only thing that I'm holding on to my share is not because of that, because of this, because of that 8 EMA on the weekly. This will be my signal. If we fall that 220, the 28.87 or 22.82, if we fall below $22, I will cut my position and accept my loss because this will be the next level of support. Okay, $20. But resistance above, if we surpass this and respect that $23, and then we're gonna go back again to that 29, but currently we do have that 25, 26 was once a support, now become a resistance. That 25, 26 will be now the resistance, then test that. We'll break out of that 27.59, we'll clear the path to 29, then 31.33, then 37.38 to $44. Right now, we don't know where is the pullback happening. I would like to see any kind of consolidations or reactions or rejections on this pullback. Nothing yet. No price action, just simply a continuation to the downside. The next one that I would like to talk about is Tesla. Tesla recovers after touching that 413, I believe. So we are being respected on that 8 EMA on the weekly, so that's bullish. Okay. We are under consolidation for Tesla. We had a W pattern. Resistance lies on that 200, what is this? 288 right here, 285, 288 level of resistance, right? If we surpasses that 485, why I say 200? Excuse me, it's 400, not 200. It's 488 and 485. If we surpass that 488, we could possibly get to that 500 to 507, 560, 562 for a top resistance. Right now, we do have this beautiful rejection candle on the weekly, which will be done on Friday. Tomorrow will be done tomorrow. We do have a bullish candle that ended up today. And now, where are we going now? This is your first hurdle, is your $253. 253, yep, 250. I keep saying two. I said 400, excuse me. Once again, it's 453. So that will be your local resistance. After that 453, we have 459 to 462. These are your local resistance. Surpasses that 462 could get us to that $470. So I'm just giving you guys a local resistance because we don't know where Tesla is going. So we're just doing it layers by layers. But surpassing that $470, you got 473, 485, 488 to 500 and 587. Top resistance 560, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. What are the support for Tesla? We just retested that support on that 413. Actually, my support was 411 right here, but it did not test. It was actually 411 to 413. It only tested the 413. I'm okay with that. So right now, please look at the candles to the left. This is a big candle. Put your resistance in there. That will be your local resistance. But half of the candle always serves as a pullback. So that will be your first local resistance before reaching the $470. Past that $470, I give you guys the level of resistance. So I'll write it down. It's bullish. We would like to continue the momentum. So that MACD needs to curl above the signal right here. We are in the bullish territory for MACD, but to confirm the bullish move or the bullish momentum, you would like your MACD to cross over the signal line. That will confirm the momentum to the upside. QBTX did wonderful, did very well to me. I tell you guys what I was doing. So we do have a double bottom on that $50 right here. Rejected it. This is all red. Pretty strong down move, right? Pretty strong downtrend, actually. Pretty strong. So this is another red candle. So it's not a strong candle right now. So we don't know if this is a continuation if this is just a possible short pullback before a continuation. But it is critical for QBTX to hold that $56. Let's go ahead and put away that and let's do the EMA. So this is how to use your EMA, right? So right now we saw the 50 EMA respecting because it needs to surpass that $56. So it's currently respecting the 50 EMA. So your first hurdle for QBTX to continue to the upside is that $87 to $91. Those are the hurdles that needs to surpass that. QBTX needs to break out to retest that 120, 121 back to 145 all the way again to 168 to 171. But currently right now, we are just predicting that this is a double bottom and confirm the double bottom. You want to have at least a green candle. This is a weak candle. This is a red candle. Let's see if we see something here. Okay. Using the 4-hour chart, it seems like we are going to have an hurdle on that $85, 84.94, which serves to be a support before, right here. So this is going to be interesting. If we cannot get out of that 84.94 or just round it up to $85, if we can't break out of that $85, we may not be able to see that $89 again. But we break out of that $85, could give us more to the upside and clear the path on the 4 hours. Then now you could check your daily after that $85, because you know $85 is a hurdle before 85. After 85 you have 87 all the way to $91. There's going to have some type of what do you call it, resistance, and he could reject it or he could just break through it. So we don't know. But from 85 to 91 is going to be a struggle for QBTX. Where's the support? Support remains half of this candle, which is $64. Yep. $64 is the support, which is pretty much always the half of the candle is always a pullback. 64 to 62, then back to that 55, 54 to $50 again. Those are the level of support. Open is just playing games. So if we, this is a nice morning star pattern, by the way. It's bullish. That's a morning star pattern. We're struggling to push higher on the bullish territory. Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly is just a strong downtrend. It's not a strong, but if this is really strong, we would like to have like a big candles actually. So it's trying to hold on. This is could be a pullback. Yeah, so currently right now, if this is just really a pullback for open, but I don't trust open yet. It's been playing with our emotions, especially with the girls' army. Currently, right now, it's just holding on to its life. And yeah, it did retrace about 61%, a golden ratio. No color changing. This is all red. No color changing. It means the momentum to the downside is still continuous and still strong. So if you have called a color changing, and this is red, 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 and then you end up having one green, at least what does that mean? It's like a pedal, right? When you are speeding and what do? You press the brake slowly, or let's say you see an orange light, you slow down. When you see a green candle after that red candles, the multiple clusters of red candle, if you see one green, it means that downtrend is slowing down. Okay, but so far we don't see nothing on the weekly chart where we are just forming a possible spinning top indecision. But on the daily, it's giving us a possible reversal to the upside. So tomorrow, if we do open above $7 and break out of, I'll say 750. It's been a struggle for that. 750 to 756 is the top resistance. Break out of that confirms the morning star pattern, right? Yep, morning star pattern. Let's go ahead and take a look at the EMAs in here. Okay. Why do I use EMAs? Those serves as a dynamic resistance because they serves like a shackle. I always tell you guys it serves as a shackle. So if we can't surpass that or we cannot get rid of those shackles, we are not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Um, See the 4 hour chart. Okay, the 4 hour chart is just really it's trying to break through that 21 EMA. Intel is the big winners today. This was my resistance for Intel. So we are currently on the 4037. That is the top resistance. The next one will be 4648 to 5051. So Intel is doing good. Yes, their estimate earnings is like what I think 2%. Increased revenue year after year or year over year, and it's a pretty modest earnings, but although it's a small or slow pace or slow progress is still a progress, right? So that's good. And there's still that speculations of AMD funding Intel. So it's still a speculation. There's no set in stones on the contract, but NVIDIA had funded Intel, so it's the government. QBTX, okay, and VTX, and then that's it. I'm gonna go ahead. This is just a sample. I need to work on the live. I'm still struggling. I don't even know where's my questions for YouTube. I'm so sorry, guys. I am not trying to complain, but I'm just trying to explain to you guys that it's such a struggle for me. I was just trying to help out the community because I know on the red days, the ugly on us comes out. And that's the saddest part. The ugly on us comes out. We tend to focus on the negativity, comment, and judge other people instead of focusing on our goal, which is trading and making money. Today, I've seen that a lot. Okay, this is NVTX. Let me just go ahead and get rid of this first. NVTX, we have a possible head and shoulder, not confirmed yet. So the reason why I'm drawing this, because if we do have a breakout on that, the neckline lies. This is it's a crooked right here. It's a crooked head and shoulder, right? So I will draw a trend line in here just to see an early possibility that it could retest right here. So it means that is a completed head and shoulder. And then you do have a neckline lies here. Break out of that or break out of that neckline confirms the downtrend, which is not much, just right here. But NVTX has been so kind to me. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We don't have much on NVTX. I don't like these two candles. What are these? These are rejections to the upside, right? But let me see my volume. Where's my volume? Okay. Okay. So today we finished this ugly candle again. Well, actually, it's not an ugly candle. That is actually an inverse hammer. So it's a rejection to the downside to go up. Resistance, I mean, support lies on the $80, but it only reached to that $90. The goal is to respect the $109. Yep, respect the $109 and break out of that $123. That will be your first hurdle. Break out of that $123 could test us to that 130 to 137. After 130, 137 could test again that 150, 151, all the way to 159, then 174 to 181. Support remains 103 to $90, all the way to $80. That is a support for NVTX. Let's see if we could be able to trade this tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and draw this tomorrow. I'm going to draw a trend line right here to see if there's any kind of reactions on my trend line. Otherwise, you could definitely hit that $90 level of support. Break out of that $90 will get me to that 80 all the way to that $68 level of support, which is bearish, which also confirms the head and shoulder. I wish I could be able to read your questions, but I cannot because I'm struggling. I'm struggling to see my comments and I could only write. Any more stocks that you guys want me to go to take a look at before I go? Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. I have to find a way to do it better for you guys. And right now it's frustrating because it's not clear for me. Sorry, guys. Have a great night. I'll get better. This is just a practice for now. Thank you guys for showing up and thank you for coming. Have a great night, guys.